as much as possible. It's a vast topic, growth hacking and digital marketing. Cover as much as possible, and then we can start the Q&A. Okay, a little bit about me. I'm Mahesh Iyer. I'm the Global Chief Revenue Officer for Woodwind Labs, and I take care of the entire go-to-market functions, which include sales, marketing, customer success, product support, strategy, partnership, and revenue operations. A typical chief revenue role, which allows me to get engaged in a lot of growth hacking. So that's the reason, probably I can give a little bit insight on growth hacking and how it enables digital marketing. That's in short about me. Yeah, I've been in sales and marketing for a long time, close to 23 plus years. Being part of disruptive technologies, help organization enable faster growth using all the growth hacking tactics, and also in sales using artificial intelligence. Apart from work, yeah, I do a lot of motivational videos and blogs. I write. I love to follow fashion, and I'm as a typical cliche, which most of us these days say, they love to travel. I love to travel. I can be followed on these 3 social channels, so you can take a note of it. In summary, what are we going to talk about? What is the entire 30 minutes discussion is all about? One, I will try to cover what is growth hacking and digital marketing. What is the difference between growth hacking and traditional marketing? Who was the founder of growth hacking? What are the good growth hacking components? And what are the trends and strategies for 2020, 2021? Because 2020 is already over, so we all know what's happening on that. So I'll try to cover what is going to be there for 2021 also. In the end, I will try to give you some wow things which might help you in your growth hacking strategies. As always, precaution, I'm sure all of you are staying home, staying safe. These are tough times, but we have to work and we have to keep going. So please stay safe, stay home. So what is growth hacking all about? So in 2020, growth hacking is all about pushing the envelope, get the customer onboarded. And these are remote times, and most of the customers are available on different channels. So can you use the right platform? This is the right time. You will get the right customer to onboard and the right customer to retain. So that is 2020 growth hacking is all about. And that's what your focus is going to be, because we are all remote. So the objective of this presentation is going to be about growth hacking, as I said. What are the strategies which I'm going to give you small tips. 30 minutes is a short time, but I'll try to cover as much as possible for each one of you. As I said, 2020 growth hacking with digital marketing. So we all know the success story of Sabir Bhatia and Hotmail. And we all know that at the end of the mail, there would be a description, get your free email at Hotmail. We all know what was that. When Sabir Bhatia and his co-founders started Hotmail, and they were not getting a lot of traction. You can call them as an early mover for growth hacking, even though it was not a typical growth hacking, but it worked well. It was way back at that time when the Hotmail was not growing the way it has to be. So somebody in the VC told them, why don't you use your product to market yourself? That was a brilliant idea. Something struck to them, and they added just one tag below the email, and you will be surprised to see within 6 months they moved from 500,000 to 1 million users in just 6 months. It was unbelievable growth, and within 5 weeks they reached 2 million. And there's a story going around that Sabir Bhatia sent an email to his friend in India, and within 3 weeks they could add another 300,000 users in India itself. And then, of course, we all know the story how they sold it to Microsoft. So what exactly happened? They used the product to market their, it was never ever thought about. But was it purely growth hacking or the word growth hacking? No, the word was not coined at that time. So who actually coined the word growth hacking? It was Sean Ellis. He was the founder of Growth Hackers, and he coined the term growth hacking in 2020. And he has been the pioneer. It's been a decade now. He has his own website, growthhackers.com, and he helps a lot of companies to uh, go up the value chain using growth hacking. And Dropbox is one of the examples, which he had accelerated, and we know all what Dropbox did. So, what is growth hacking? Growth hacking is all about having the perfect tool, the right attitude, and the mindset and the right strategy. So, a growth hacker does exactly that. So, apart from the early days of Hotmail when Sean Ellis started this, after that we have a lot of examples. Airbnb. So when Airbnb started, um, they were not getting a lot of. They didn't know how to market themselves, so they were not having enough users coming in or logging in. So they worked around with Craigslist, and they asked their user, if you're posting on Airbnb, do you want a simultaneous posting on Craigslist? And some opted in, some opted out. But people who opted in, they never looked back because they knew that there was something. It was reverse engineering, reverse marketing, you can say. And we all know Airbnb story, success story. So one of the early players, and these are some of the hacking of the decade, I would say. Dropbox, we all know, refer your friend, get get 16 GB of extra storage. Imagine 60% increase in the signings for Dropbox. Phenomenal. Facebook, we all know when you sign up for Facebook, instantly it gives you enough people and friend recommendation. What happens there? The moment more and more friends get connected, we know that we'll be engaged. More and more people using the contacts, they were getting connected on Facebook. It just grew. So, according to me, this is what I have termed as growth hacking. For me, growth hacking is a set of strategies, tactics, and tools which is used for user growth. It revolves around three A's: acquire, activate, and retain, or you can say attach your users or your customers. It is completely data driven, and it is a seed which is grown out of from marketing and product development. So, growth hacking is everything to do with the product, early stage product. So if you have a product, you have a great growth marketing strategy you can build and right in the beginning. So who is a typical growth hacker? What is the characteristics of a typical growth hacker? A growth hacker has to be data driven. It's all about data, right? It's all about how many users are getting added, how many users are using your product, how many users are engaged with the product. Can you know the data? Do you have the data with you? If you have the data, you have the mindset, you are there. Are you creative? You need to find creative ways to market your product. It's a most cost effective way to market. So do you have the creativity? You need to find, imagine Dropbox, 16% referral, 16 GB additional hard disk, GB space. So 60% growth, that's creativity. Airbnb, that's creativity. These are all creative ideas. User experience. How good is your product? How good is your interface? How good is your UI? How good is the user experience when he comes and signs up? Does a free trial with you? Does a demo with you? How is your signing page looking like? All these are user experience, and these are simple growth hacking tools which needs to be remembered. Ideas and information. All, if you're a growth hacker, you need to have multiple ideas. You can't go with one idea because it is all about test and run. You might test, you might work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So it keeps going on and on. So you need to keep testing if you're a growth hacker. So if you want to sit in the growth hacker's shoes, you need to have these basics in mind. So always there's an argument going, which is better, growth hacking, traditional marketing? How does it help? Who helps what? We all know traditional marketing is a long-term process, and it is all about using a finished product. For example, the product is ready. Now you start evaluating and start finding different avenues to market your product. It could be a paid TV ad. it could be a paid newspaper ad, or it could be a paid social ad. All these are part of traditional marketing because the product is ready. And the product, it only starts after the product is ready with you, and then the marketing begins. We all know what happens in that. Growth hacking is all for typically used by startups because your product is under development. It is under the scrutiny because you want to see that users are added even while the product is getting developed. How do you do that? Your product is in your beta stage. You cannot go and spend money in marketing, giving ads. That's not the right way. So you need to find. So a growth hacker gets involved during the product development stage. That's the most critical thing. Second is growth hacking is customer driven. Customer feedback comes, the product changes. There are changes in the product. You might see people reinventing after the feedback after the first beta version is there. So the product is still under development, but still the customer is giving feedback, and then you're going back to see how it works. Facebook is a big example. It started with a college. It grew from one college to multiple colleges, then multiple colleges to countries. So that's how they grow. So it was right in the startup stage is what growth hacking is all about. It is completely product driven, traditional marketing, completely product driven. You have a product, you know this is your product, you're going to go and sell it. As simple as that. This is how I'm going to market it. This is how I'm going to use different tools. This is what my strategies are going to be. So everything is revolved on the product. This is my mobile. My mobile has these features. Now I have to decide what my marketing strategy would be. Shall I go online and market it? Since my mobile is a little bit expensive, I have that much revenue backing so that I can push offline marketing. So those are the kind of things which happens in traditional marketing. Growth hacking is also about freebies. Free. Everything is free. Hotmail. What did he do? Tell me what spend he had. He just added a tag below the email. Nowadays, we can see everybody doing it. You see iPhone sent from iPhone. Earlier, it used to be sent from BlackBerry. Imagine, these are simple tools. These are hacking tools for marketing. No money spent. That's the advantage of growth hacking, and that's the advantage for all these startups. Startups need to utilize growth hacking, and they need to find a great growth hacker so that they can use these kind of tools. You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need to spend a lot of money in SEO right in the beginning. I mean, SEO also comes with a cost, right? So you don't need to. Traditional marketing, as I said, it's all about paid promotion. Different modes of promotion. Best for manufacturing companies, product companies who have a tangible product, they want to go and sell it. These days, everybody uses different hacking mechanism, especially if you're an online SaaS-based company, or you're an online e-com portal. You know how to make it viral. It's all about making it viral, right? That's the catch. I'll come to that, why I use the word viral. Now you will. So what are the typical growth hacking direction? What does happen in growth hacking? What is the typical business model of a growth hacking? Customer segmentation. You need to know your customer profiles. Yes, that happens in traditional marketing too, but in growth hacking, you need to segment your customer. You cannot have different segmentations. You need to know this is one part of customer whom I'm going to target it in a different way. This is another set of customers whom I'm going to target it different way. So customer segmentation is important. Product fitment. You need to find the target market. So you need to know where your product fits. Where does it, for example, Dropbox, when they thought about adding more users, what was the right way for them? They said that if I'm using it, will my friend use it? Will my family use it? So can I refer it? Immediately they got the idea, let's refer it. Imagine you have a SaaS-based product company which is online. What do? You have a referral page. You have a sign-up page. You could have a referral there. So that's a smart way to do it. That's one tip for you to do growth hack marketing. You need to understand customer journey. That's the third aspect of a good business model. What is the customer's journey? How is the customer's journey? From where he signs up, how is he getting onboarded? what is happening during the onboarding. So that is one of the most important aspect of a good customer journey. As I said, customer profiling, part of customer segmentation, you need to profile your customer. That is also very key. Ensure that you profile your customers well. Most important, monitor your competitors' strategy. I know that that is also part of traditional marketing, but it doesn't come because here the market is big. For example, you have started a SaaS-based company which is selling an HR tech or any other product. What happens? Or you're an online company, you have a lot of competition. What are their strategies? Do you know that? Focus on their strategy. Are they using any growth hacking tools? So monitoring your competitor strategy is very key, and please ensure to follow that. Here, product is more about the user experience. So that means we are talking about functional and emotional needs of the customer. Is your product taking care of the pain areas, taking care of all the things which the customer require? What did Dropbox did? Dropbox solved the biggest problem of space. During those days, space was quite expensive. If you're getting 100 GB of space free of cost, imagine I'm good. All my stuffs are online. After that, everybody came. Google came with Google Drive, and then it just followed. But yes, what did they take care of? They take care of the most important functional need of space. How the space is utilized and how much do you need? How much does a user need? He has photos, he has videos, he has files, he has everything. So he needs the space to store. These days, a lot of laptops don't have that much space, and you need a good space to store your stuff. So here you go. Dropbox give you that, took care of your functional needs. So that's very key. Growth hacking also involves market expansion. You need to really understand where your product is expanding, whether it is expanding to different countries, whether different geographies, the functional and emotional needs of that geography has to be taken care. You cannot have, as I said, product fitment also comes here, because one size doesn't fit all. A country like, let's say your product is getting launched in Europe, the emotional needs and the functional needs of the country will be different. So is your product ready to take care of that need? So when you are doing a business modeling for growth hacking, that is the most important aspect, another big important aspect you need to take care of. Now, once you have the business model, what are the tactics which needs to be used? There is pull, there is push, and that is in product. So I'll come to that in detail before I completely give you what are the direction. What are the growth hacking mix? As I said, acquire, activate, retention, and revenue. This is the typical growth hacking funnel, which I'll talk about, which will how is it designed and how is the mix going to be. So what are the growth hacking tactics? When I said pull, push, and product. So what are the pull mechanism? How do you pull your customer? These are all freebies, right? Blogs. Does your website has good blogs in it? Does your website has good podcasts? Does your website have a good video recordings of different aspect of the product features, or an interview with your customer, or an interview with the founder, or a great a product workflow? Does it have that? Does it have a lot of ebooks and white papers? So when somebody searches on Google on any product, it targets it to your website. So again, search engine optimization, keywords. Is the right keywords there on your blogs? Is there a right keywords on podcasts? Is there right keywords on the ebooks and the white papers which you're making? Make a lot of white papers, make a lot of ebooks on your website. These are the one way to get more and more people pull to your site, and that's very key. You need this pull. This pull is required, and this will only happen with these things. Social media. Are you using your social media effectively? That's very critical. How well are you managing your social media? Is it enabling you to get more and more users to your website? That's very key. Let's say LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Are they coming to your website? Is the pull right? Is your keyword right? Is the promotion right? Is the attachment right to your website? So all these are very important pull mechanism. Embedding, which has become a normal course of thing. You need to get your embedding done really well so that more and more full traction happens. Push, yes, you need to push. You need to have more PR, more PR to be done. You need to buy purchased ad. There are cost-effective purchased ad. I'll give you an example where a couple of weeks back, I wanted to test how a good purchased ad works. So I tried promoting video both on Facebook and YouTube. Of course, it was the whole idea was for the YouTube to get more views, but I thought, let me use Facebook to promote the video. Of course, I got a lot of likes on Facebook. The number of likes went up, number of views went up. Initially, Facebook picked up really well. First couple of days, there were a lot of likes and views coming on the video. Then I went to YouTube and I checked, did I do my ads right? And I got good sizable number of views in YouTube too. But those views, were they from Facebook to YouTube or different channel? Because I use free mediums like WhatsApp status and Twitter, Instagram. There was a lot of traffic moving from different social platform to YouTube. YouTube has a great analytics. You can see from where the traffic is coming to. So purchase ads, very important key. Promotion, promote it well. You know, give it the right keywords, the right catchwords. It's all about the right catchwords, which enables a product to see. For example, you also, when you go on social platform, you need to see the right catchword for you to actually click, right? So that's how it works. Email marketing, brilliant way, again, cost-effective way. Mass mailing, don't junk the folders, don't spam them, don't just blast those emails. Make it right, make it catchy that people will click that email and come to your site to sign up. So use the right email campaign. Webinars, these are the most effective way. We are in 2020. You know what is happening all around us. So webinar is the right way to push people to come to your site. Contest, again, as I said, referrals. So when you do referrals on your sign up page, keep a caveat, keep a that if you sign up and you register, the top 10 first registration will get $50 vouchers, Amazon vouchers, or so. Contest, very important. Surveys, please send surveys. Don't, again, as I said, don't spam them with a lot of surveys. Do a proper survey mechanism where you do it weekly, 15 days, 30 days. Do a proper management of your survey. Third most and critical important, as I said, growth hacking is all about product, and it's product driven. So if it is product, if there is a product involved, so use, when you're registering your product, we all know that the sign up happens through different ways, through social platforms like Facebook, Google. Now when you want to register, they give you three options. um, you know um, Gmail, Facebook, email, these days even Apple IDs. Apple has become also the way of things for everybody. So Apple IDs. So are they registering? Find out the way register. Um, when somebody downloads your product on app, have an OTP so that you have a mobile number access to them. You know that they are verified users. So phone numbers are very critical. Social, if they are on LinkedIn, or they are on Facebook, or they are on Instagram, figure out how you can integrate all of them. API integration, these days everything is all about API integration. Do you have a marketplace? If you don't have, find out a marketplace. For example, Zoom Info can be integrated with Slack. It could be integrated with any of the other products. So is your product ready to get integrated with an external platform which is being used properly? So tag along. It's basically you're riding on somebody else, which is great. Why can't you ride on somebody else? So use that. Social sharing, share it with everybody. Let it go viral. Let it be shared with everybody. Give incentives on people who are downloading your product. So those are the kind of things, simple things. These are simple tactics which a good growth hacker should use for your product. Of course, as I said, this is a very short. I'm trying to run it as fast as possible so that uh, we cover as many things as possible. And of course, you can ask me questions post this. What is a typical growth hacking mix? So it's all about acquiring customer. It's all about activating the customer. That means activating and engaging the customer. How do you retain the customer? And how does the customer refer you? And how much revenue you're making out of it? So what does what is a typical growth hack mix? One is SEO, viral, blogs, contests, emails, SEMs, alliances, partners, integration. There are many. You just need to use it. So you need to see the flow, how your customer is acquired, how your customer is activated and engaged, and how you retain that customer. So a typical example will be, let's say you have a sign up page. How simple is your sign up page? How easy is your sign up page? How easily are the customers? So these days, whenever you go for a free demo, they'll ask you email address, phone number, name, mostly business email, right? If it's a business product, mostly business email, which is good because you get the business email. That means this guy is serious. So business email is the right way. You're acquiring the customer. Post the acquisition, how's the follow? You send, the customer gets a link, the customer's product gets activated, he uses a free trial. You're engaged. So post the 8 hours of usage by the customer, do you have a follow-up mechanism where you're sending a mail to the customer and keeping himself engaged that he is using the services? If you have observed that the customer has registered, logged in, but has not used, do you have a mechanism to give him a small email with a news, with a small item about your product? Have you used these features of your product? Very, very important, because it is needed for the customer to see those emails if he's not using it. How are you retaining? If the customer has used the product and then he's not come back, what is your mechanism of retaining that customer? Is your product UI friendly? Is your product um, you know uh, uh, giving that customer to a motivation to come back? A couple of weeks back, I don't want to name them, but I registered for a free trial, and the product on a feature wise looked very impressive on their website, and those are some amazing features those were there on the product. I registered, I logged in, 20 minutes I was there in that, and I just logged out because it was so complicated. I didn't knew where was what. There was no demo. There was no video which showed me how the features work. What does an X do? What does an Y do? If I don't know, as a user who's coming for the first time without any guidance, how is he going to come back to you? So what is your growth hacking tool? Can you give him a video, at least to show how does it work? A small demo. Um, can your UI be very simple? The names are simple. No, don't use complicated jargons on your features. Keep it simple so that even if it's a complicated tool like a business intelligence tool, can we use simple words? These are some of the things which we need to understand when we are designing a product. That's why a growth hacker is involved during the designing phase. Earlier, the culture was a CEO will decide, then there was a product team, there was an engineering team, there was a development team, and there was a marketing team. Now, the CEO sits there, and then you have a product manager who's a growth marketer. And he is also one of the decision makers. So he also decides whether this product is right for you, right for the users or not. So no longer the culture has to change where they have the engineering team, the development team, the product team, all these have to align with the growth hacker. It has to align with the marketing. He needs to align, and he needs to decide whether this product will sell or this product is happy enough for the customer to use. So it's very critical. So so that is something which we all need to which we all need to understand, right? Of course, everything boils down to revenue. What is the ROI on this? You need to find out that. So try to figure out whether your ROI is right. And like I said, freebiums. These are the ones word which is very common these days. So we are in 2020. I would say we are almost done with 2020. So we are in 2021, halfly. So I don't want to give you a vision of 2020 because we know the next 5 months are going to remain the same. It's just going to be a transformation, and working from home, working remote are going to be order of the day for some time. So what are the growth hacking tools which you as a digital marketer should use? And what should be your vision for 2020, 2021? Huh. So again, simple things. As they say, simplicity is key in growth hacking. It's not very complicated. It's very simple. You just need to be creative enough to find ways to market your product. One, user engagement. Engage your user as much as possible. The user should know that there is a product like yourself. An X product is available in the market and they need to use it. As much as possible, keep in touch with your users through various method, contest, referrals, giveaways, right? It's simple. You need to keep yourself engaged with the users. And if you're remote, all the more important, because the user cannot go anywhere. He is available on a smartphone, so he is there with you. He is using his phone all the time, more all the more during remote days. So he will be available. So figure out a way to engage with the customer. SEO, as I said, top keywords your customers are searching. Figure out that. Use an analytical tools. Analytics is a very important part of growth hacking. I missed that. As I said, data means analytics. So analytics is a very key aspect of uh, growth hacking. So data, virality, which is getting your product viral, and third is analytics. These are the three important aspects of a good growth hackers. If you have all these three aspects in 2020, 21, that's going to be your mantra for success. So top keyword search, find out, figure out what is that. Have a separate landing page for your product and for your information. Uh, have clustered keywords, so that when a customer searches for a specific keyword, it reaches out to you. You get the keyword, right? Um, have your contents updated, your blogs, your resources, everything. It has to be updated. It cannot be old. So whoever is managing your website, he needs to be on he needs to be on his toe all the time, because users are going to come from all parts of the world. So he needs to be very sure that uh, it, typically the current situation, we know. How do you all have an information in your website about the current situation and how your company is dealing with that? So that's how you have to be updated as early as possible, as you know ready as 10 seconds back. Information should be there. Lot of automation tools, lead generation, figure out ways to generate leads, traffic to your site, traffic to register. Use as much analytics tools as possible. Um, Business and artificial intelligence, which is key. AI is everywhere. So use those AI tools effectively to get more and more customers to come to your site. Um, Use the surveys. Again, these are all automation tools which you need to be there if you're a good growth hacker. These are some of the very important trends. Mobile experience. My God, everything is on mobile now, right? Everybody is on mobile. Imagine almost 200, 300 million people are using mobiles. More than that, if you're not on mobile, I don't think your product is going to exist. So you need to be mobile friendly. Your website has to be mobile friendly. So when you're designing a website, there has to be a desktop version and a mobile version. So please look into that. Sync your social platforms like Facebook, Twitter. Be there. LinkedIn. Be there. Ensure you're there. You're marketing there. You have blogs on LinkedIn. You have regular updates on Facebook. You have regular is your Facebook. Where customers can reach out. Also, there's a way of customer reaching out. Are there reviews on your Facebook page? Figure out review mechanism, companies which allows you to put reviews on your product. Are they updated? Are they good reviews? Are they 5-star reviews? Imagine, how did Uber grow? Uber is also a biggest example of growth hacking. How did they grow? It's about rating the. Imagine that this driver who's coming is rated 5. So I'm very happy. I can trust on it, right? Very important. Similarly, the consumer will behave right, because Uber does it both ways. Even the drivers can rate the consumer. So next time, if you know uh, user is well rated, of course he'll get a good driver who's rated 5. I'm just giving an example. It might be the case. So these are simple things which you need to do. You need to have latest payment options. Yes, people want to pay. They need to have all the ways these days. All possible ways are there. You have the debit cards and credit cards. You have the online payment, net banking. You have wallets these days. You have wallets everywhere. You need to have the wallets there. Um, Apple Pay, why not? It is the most used mobile services, mobile handset across the world. Everybody has an iPhone. So if they are on cloud, if they are on iCloud with Apple, they would want to use Apple Pay. Why not? So is your product ready with Apple Pay? Figure that out. So that's very key. Regional specific payment option is very key. As I said, when I spoke about expansion, going different region, going to Europe, going to Asia. So is your product ready to be purchased in those region? So if somebody's paying in INR, or in Singapore dollars, or in Malaysian ringgits, or UK pounds, so is your product ready to be bought in those payment options? Instant invoice alerts, very key. These days you get alerts for everything, right? Very important. Post the purchase, immediately you get an alert on your mobile, because as I said, mobile experience, mobile friendly, is your product immediately giving you those instant replies. OTP based linking your mobile. Again, I said, if your product is enabled with mobile, you know that he's a verified user, because his mobile is OTP verified, and OTP is the best way to do that. So simple hacking tools for 2020, 2021. Try to use this. I'm sure everything revolves around freebies, right? Most of them are cost-effective way of marketing. If you're a startup, this is the right way to go. I'm sure you wouldn't want to put money from your pocket to spend on a TV ad. Yes, once you may be getting after 2 or 3 rounds of VC money, maybe you might want to go big bang, and want to spend big ads, big boards of TVs, and so all those can happen. But in the initial phase, best tool to use it effectively, and you can't go wrong. Very rarely you will go wrong in this. So how do we end? So typically, is your user impressed after using your product? Is there a wow moment with your product? Is your user coming back? Is very key. Is there a wow moment where the customer has used it? Wow, this is great. I want to use it. The sign up process. It could be a simple sign up process. Email, just quickly integrated email getting. You get an alert. Even on the phone, you can get an alert. Wow moment. Personalized content, very key. It's all content driven. We all talk about content. Is it content driven? Yes, you need to have the right content. As I said, your website, I spoke about blogs, resources, blogs, videos. These are all content, right? Is your content right? Is it addictive? Is it making them come back to you, right? Is it making them come back to your website? So very key. So please understand that aspect very clearly. So wow, I just need to be happy. I just need to be engaged. I just need to be, enriched with information. Airbnb, some examples of wow moment, still, we all want to use Airbnb. Still, the wow moments are there with Airbnb. We never imagined, as I said, Uber, the rating system. Amazing. It's a wow moment, right? I want to know how good my driver is. Is he trustworthy? Brilliant approach. Bumble. Nowadays, everybody's using Bumble for business also. So most of the ladies, they feel, whenever they talk about a dating app, they think about, guys are creepy. We don't want to, be hoarded. Once they accept, once the matches happen, quickly the guys start messaging. But here, that doesn't work like. Unless and until, even after the match, if the lady is not ready and she still feels she can take it back, she can she'll be the early mover. She'll be the one who will make the first move. These are simple acts, I feel. Um, a wow movement. And um, an app, dating app like Bumble, which is used for networking these days, also effectively. Um, if that advantage is given to a lady, it makes a big impact, right? So, is your wow moment there with you? Are you ready with your wow moment? So, typical growth hacking pointers, is one: is it wow worthy? As I said, your wow moments are there. Um, do you have a feedback mechanism? uh, are you enjoying doing the growth marketing? Is your user also enjoying being with your product? Is there a process? This process is a repeat process. I said you might fail, but you need to keep testing. You need to keep going back. You might keep coming. You might do it 100 times, but that 2 times which you have succeeded might take your product from just like this to this. Imagine the Sabir Bhatia story. We all know it started with this and then just took a jump. They must have tried many things, but this worked for them. So it just flew. So repeat process, repeat your process again and again. Make it addictive. As I said, most important is it should be addictive. The consumer should feel. The consumer should feel that they have to come back to them. They have to come back. So it's very key. So is it addictive? At the end of the day, it is all about ROI, right? It's all about making money. How good is your ROI? So figure out that how well your ROI is and how well it is suited for you. So take care of that. So all that, these are small pointers. I'm sure there are many ways to do it, but these are simple ways to do it. If you're a growth hacker, or if you're a growth hacker who's ready to get into the growth hacking, learn and be more creative and figure out a way to reach more and more users. Find ways, find different tools, do a lot of analytics, do a lot of data mining. Your data has to be big, and that data has to work for you. And it all depends on how big your data is. And if your data is good, you'll get good analytics out of it, and you will be able to target your users really. Okay, so. Okay, so that's what growth hacking is all about, and you guys can ask me questions. I'm more than happy to question. Just before, let me give you a little bit background about where I come from. I work for an organization called Urban Labs, and as I mentioned, I'm the chief revenue officer. So Urban Labs is one of the most upcoming startup in terms of AI-based integrated platform for all the users in staffing and consulting company, which is primarily sales CRM. We have an ATS, and uh, we have API repository with HRMS solution. So everything is integrated. So if you guys, that's in short that I work. You guys know how to get in touch with me. If you have any information you require from me, drop me a tweet or follow me on Instagram. I'm there on YouTube, and you can drop me an email on my official ID. I'm available for those queries. So are you ready for your next growth hack? Is the question which you have to ask. And is your product ready to go viral? And you have enough data to go make it viral. So keep it simple. Remember those examples. They did it with minimum of the minimum of cost. It worked for them. It might not work for you, but keep testing, keep repeating. It might work one day. So thank you very much.